start. As you can see, I have $10 in my account and I will choose the OTC market with a 1-minute time frame. So let's begin on the OTC market for a 1-minute time frame. Let's find our first trade on stocks. First of all, let me add all the assets to my favorites. Okay, now let's find our first trade. In this video, I will show you when I lose, and I will also show you how much I will lose. Here we have a trade on the Pfizer OTC. I placed a trade for the downside move for $10. There was a resistance level that I identified, and you can see a small red doji pattern as well. So there was a good resistance level. That's why I took this trade for the downside move. And currently the trade is going in our favor. Only a few seconds left now, and it's a win. We won our first trade of the compounding session. Now my balance turns into $17. Let's find another trade on the OTC market for $17 with a 1-minute time frame. I will also show you when I lose a trade in this video so that you guys know how compounding works. Next, we have a trade on the Cisco OTC. And I placed a trade for the downside move for $17 based on the moving average, and you can see a downtrend as well. That's why I took this trade for the downside move. Currently, the trade is not going in our favor, but let's see. Only a few seconds left, and now the candle is coming in our favor. It's a win. We won our second trade of the compounding session. Now my balance turns into $33. Let's find a trade for $33. Here we have a trade on Netflix OTC for the upside move based on the moving average and an uptrend. You can also see a support level. So I took a trade on Netflix OTC for the upside move for $33. Currently, the trade is not going in our favor, but there is a good uptrend and the moving average supports it. This candle should become a green candle. The trade is now going in our favor. Only a few seconds left, and it looks like a good win. Yes, we won our third trade. Now my balance turns into $63. Let's find another trade for the compounding session. I placed a trade on OTC for the upside move based on the moving average. You can see a downtrend that has converted into an uptrend, and the candle is taking support from the 25 EMA. That's why I took this trade for the upside move. However, the trade is currently not going in our favor. This candle should close as a green candle because of the uptrend and the moving average. Only a few seconds left now, and it looks like a win. Yes, we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $121. Let's find another trade on the OTC market for a 1-minute time frame. Here we have a trade on Visa OTC, and I placed a trade for the downside move because there was a resistance level and you can see a downtrend. That's why I took this trade for the downside move. Currently, the trade is not going in our favor. There is another resistance level near the 50 EMA, so maybe this candle will take a reversal from the EMA 50. Let's see. I placed a trade for $121 on Visa OTC. The candle was not taking a reversal from the EMA 50. Now it's taking a reversal, but only a few seconds left. It looks like a loss. Yes, we lost this trade. Now my balance is gone, including the $10 I initially had. No problem. We'll get back on track after refilling my balance with $10. So we will start again. I will get back soon. Okay, I'm back. My balance has turned into $10 again, and we will do some compounding with that. Let's find a trade for $10. Here we have a trade on Intel OTC from the moving average, and there's a support level as well. I'm waiting for a good entry, otherwise we will avoid it. Okay, I missed the trade. The candle has already moved up. So we'll avoid that. Here's a trade on Boeing Company OTC for the upside move, but I'll avoid it. I want a good trade for my $10. On Tesla, there's a resistance level, but the candle has already moved down. We'll avoid that too. Now on McDonald OTC, there's a trade from the resistance level for the downside move, but the candle is already down. If this candle gives a good entry, then we can try for the downside move on McDonald OTC. I'm waiting for a good entry, and I just got a good entry. I placed a trade for the downside move on McDonald OTC from the moving average. As you can see, there's a solid downtrend, and the candle is taking a retracement from the 25 EMA. That's why I took this trade for the downside move from the 25 EMA. I took a slightly early entry, but no problem. We just need this candle to be red, and the trade is going in our favor. But there are still a few seconds left. Okay, it looks like a good win. The current candle is down, and it's a win. We won our $10 trade. Now my balance turns into $18. Let's find another trade for $18. Here we have a trade, and I placed a trade on OTC for the upside move from the moving average. You can see a support level here, so that's why I took this trade for the upside move because of the uptrend, the moving average, and the support level. The trade is going in our favor right now, but there are still a few seconds left. Okay, we got a notification on Apple OTC that the price level has reached. Only a few seconds left, and it looks like a win. Yep, we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $32. Let's find a trade for $32. Here we have a trade on Boeing Company OTC for the upside move from the moving average. The candle is taking support from the 25 EMA at the back, and you can see a support level here as well. I'm waiting for a good entry on Boeing Company OTC. If I get a good entry, I'll place a trade for the upside move. I'm waiting for an entry near the 50 EMA or support level. And yes, I got the entry. I placed a trade for the upside move on Boeing Company OTC. And the trade is going in our favor right now. Let's see if this candle will close above the moving average or above the support level. If it does, the next candle will likely turn into a green candle. Let's wait for the candle to close. Only a few seconds left right now. Yes, it's a win. We won another trade. Now my balance turns into $60. Let's find another trade for the compounding session. I'm considering placing a trade again on Boeing Company OTC for the upside move. As I mentioned, we need a green candle here, and the current candle has turned into a green candle, just as I said in the previous trade. It became a doji, but no problem. We just need a good green candle here because there's a solid support level and an uptrend as well. The trade is going in our favor right now, but there are still 20 seconds left. Only a few seconds left, and it looks like a win. Yes, it's risky, but we won this trade. Now my balance turns into $113, and you'll see the current candle has turned into a green candle. Okay, let's find another trade. Here we have a trade on Apple OTC for the downside move. I'm waiting for a slightly better entry, and I placed a trade for the downside move on Apple OTC from the moving average because the candle broke the support level and is taking a retracement from the 25 EMA, turning the support level into a resistance level. That's why I took this trade for the downside move, and the trade is going in our favor right now. Okay, exactly when I placed the trade, the candle started to reverse. Only a few seconds left, and it looks like a win. Yes, we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $217. Let's find another trade for $217. Here we have a trade on Citigroup OTC for the downside move, and I placed a trade for $217 for the downside move from the moving average. You can see a solid downtrend here. The candle broke the uptrend, the moving average, and is taking a retracement from the 25 EMA, as you can see in the background. Now it has turned into a downtrend. That's why I took this trade from the moving average for the downside move, and the trade is going in our favor right now. There are some resistance levels, not strong, but present. So let's wait for the candle to close. Only 10 seconds left now. Okay, we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $417. Let's find another trade for a 1-minute time frame on the OTC market. Here we have a trade on Visa OTC. There's a resistance level that I identified. I'm waiting for a good entry on Visa OTC for the downside move, but I'll avoid it for now. Next, we have a trade on Facebook OTC, and I placed a trade for the downside move because there was a resistance level. As you can see, there's also a 5-candle pattern in the background. That's why I took this trade from the resistance level, the 5-candle pattern, and a red doji. There was confluence level, and the trade is going in our favor right now. I know I took the trade against the trend, but there was confluence level, which is why I went for it. If you take a trade in the trend direction, there are a lot of chances that you will win. Only a few seconds left, and it's a win. So we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $800 from just $10. Let's find another trade on the OTC market for $800. Here we have a trade for the upside move on Citigroup OTC because there's a support level. I placed a trade for the upside move on Citigroup OTC for $800, and exactly when I placed the trade, the candle started to reverse and is going in our favor right now. Let's wait for the candle to close. It looks like a risky trade because I'm trading against the trend. But let's see, still a few seconds left, and now the trade is going in our favor. Yes, we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $1,536. Let's find another trade on the OTC market. Here we have a trade on Tesla OTC, and I placed a trade for the upside move from the support level. As you can see, there's a good support level, so that's why I took this trade for the upside move. You will also see a 5-candle pattern here. And the previous candle closed above the support level. This candle should close above the support level, but it broke the level. Only a few seconds left, and it looks like a loss. Yes, we lost this trade, and I lost all the money I made in the compounding session, but no problem. We will start again. I'll refill my balance with $10. I don't want to quit now. Okay, I'll get back to you after refilling my balance to $10 because I want to make at least $5,000 or $3,500 to recover the $1,500 I lost. I'll be back in some time. So this was the reality of the compounding video and the reality of the compounding session. Even when we do a compounding session, we lose some money, but we will cover it by making profits. Okay, I'm back now. As you can see, I refilled my account with $10. So let's find a trade for $10 again. This time I want to recover all the amount I lost in the video. Let's find a trade without wasting any time. Here we have a trade, and I placed a trade for the downside move on ExxonMobil OTC from the moving average. Here you can see a downtrend, and the candle is taking a retracement from the 25 EMA. You can also see a resistance level here. I know it's a little bit far, but this candle should close as a red candle. That's why I took this trade for the downside move, and the trade is currently in our favor. Let's see. The current candle closed as a red candle, and it looks like a good win. Only a few seconds left, and yes, we won our $10 trade. Now my balance turns into $20. So let's find a trade for $20. Here we have a trade on Netflix OTC for the upside move because there is a support level, but it's a bit far. I'm waiting for a good entry because this time I don't want to risk my money. Here we have a trade on McDonald OTC, and I placed a trade for the upside move from the support level. The candle was exhausted, and you can see small red doji candles near the support level. That's why I took this trade for the upside move. Even though I placed a slightly off entry, the trade is going in our favor because this was a good trade, which I've already explained in our course. If you want to purchase our course, you can visit our website at binarytradingexpert.com. It's a win. We won another trade on McDonald OTC. Now my balance turns into $38. Let's find another trade for $38. Here we have a trade on Netflix OTC for the upside move, but the candle has already turned green, so we will avoid it. Next, there's a potential trade on Intel OTC from the support level, but the candle is already reversing, so we'll avoid that too. Let's look for a trade in cryptocurrencies because I don't think we have a suitable trade in stocks. Here we have a trade on Cardano OTC for the downside move, and I'm waiting for a good entry near this moving average. I placed a trade for the downside move on Cardano OTC because there was a resistance level, and you can see the 25 EMA as well. That's why I took this trade for the downside move, and the trade is going in our favor right now, but there are still 40 seconds left. Let's see what will happen. The candle is reversing exactly from the 25 EMA. The current candle should close as a solid red candle. I don't think we will lose this trade, and there are only 10 seconds left right now. It looks like a good win, and yes, we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $73. Let's find a trade for $73 and see if we can recover the amount we lost in this video. Here we have a trade on FedEx OTC, but I am waiting for a good entry, so we'll avoid it. I got a good entry on Netflix OTC for the upside move, and I placed a trade for the upside move from the 25 EMA. The trade is going in our favor right now. The candle is taking support from the 25 EMA, and you can see that the previous candle also took support from the 25 EMA. Only a few seconds left now, and the trade is still going in our favor. Yes, we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $140. Let's find another trade for $140. Okay, here we have a trade on ExxonMobil OTC for the downside move, but I am waiting for a good entry. If this candle provides an entry, then I will place a trade, but the candle has already gone down, so we will avoid it. Now, here we have a trade on Microsoft OTC, and I placed a trade for the upside move from the 25 EMA. You can also see a support level and an uptrend, which is why I took this trade for the upside move because of the uptrend, support level, and the 25 EMA. The trade is currently in our favor. Only 10 seconds left, and it looks a bit risky. Yes, we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $260. So let's find a trade for $260 on the OTC market for a 1-minute time frame. On Visa OTC, there is a support level, but the current candle is far from it, so we will avoid that. Let's look for a trade in cryptocurrencies. Okay, there are no trades available in cryptocurrencies. So let's find a trade in currency pairs. Here we have a trade on GBP Auto OTC, and I placed a trade for the downside move. You can see a resistance level and the moving average as well. Here is the 50 EMA, which is why I took this trade for the downside move. Currently, the trade is not going in our favor, but the previous candle closed below the resistance level, so we should win this trade. The current candle needs to turn into a red candle. As I said, the trade is now going in our favor with only 16 seconds left, and this candle should turn red because the previous candle closed below the resistance level. Yes, it's a win. We won another trade, and now my balance turns into $500. As you can see, the candle closed as a red candle. Now, here we have a trade on Visa OTC for the upside move from the support level. I'm waiting for a good entry, and I got an entry for the upside move. I placed a trade on Visa OTC worth $500 from the support level, and the trade is currently in our favor. Exactly when I placed the trade, the candle took support from the support level and is going in our favor. There are still 20 seconds left, and it looks like a good win. Yes, it's a win. We won another trade, and now my balance turns into $960. So let's find another trade for $960. Before moving on to the next trade, if you want to earn with us, you can text me on Telegram at bbinary support. The link is also in the description, so check it out and join us now to earn with me. Okay, here we have a trade on FedEx OTC for the downside move. I placed a trade for the downside move on FedEx OTC worth $960 because there is a 50 EMA and a resistance level. You can see an uptrend, but the candle broke the trend and is now in a downtrend, taking a retracement from the 50 EMA. That's why I took this trade for the downside move as a retracement trade, and it's currently going in our favor. It looks like a good win, but there are still 20 seconds left. Only a few seconds left and it looks like a win. If we win this trade, we will almost cover our previous loss. Yes, we won another trade. Now my balance turns into $1,833. We've covered our previous loss. But I don't want to stop here. I want to trade because I want to end this compounding session with a profit. Let's find one more trade for $1,833. I want a good trade because I don't want to lose my money this time. Okay, let's look for a trade in cryptocurrency pairs. Here it looks like a trade on FedEx OTC for the downside move. If this candle gives an entry, then I will place a trade for the downside move. Okay, I got an entry and I placed a trade for the downside move on FedEx OTC. As I mentioned in the previous trade, there was a resistance level and the candle was taking retracement from the 50 EMA. That's why I took this trade for the downside move again from the same level, and the trade is currently going in our favor. This looks like a good trade. If you want to learn more about this type of trade, you can join our course by simply visiting our website binarytradingexpert.com. You will see a course icon there, just click on it. You will be redirected to another website, manishpati.com. Add the course to your cart, fill in all the details, pay and purchase our course to enroll. We won this trade as well, so now my balance turns into $3,501. I don't want to risk my money, I want to protect the gains I've made in this compounding session. I just want to make one more trade. And I found a trade on McDonald OTC for the upside move. As I said, I placed a trade for the upside move worth $3,501 because there was a 50 EMA and it was a retracement trade. The trade is currently going in our favor. With only a few seconds left, it looks like a good win. Yes, we won our last trade of the compounding session. Now my balance turns into $6,722. I've recovered all the money I lost in this video and made a good profit as well. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you have any opinions about our videos or any doubts, you can reach us on Telegram or comment below. For those who are new here and want to join us, the link is in the description. Go check it out. You can check the amazing reviews on our Telegram channel at Binary Trading 777. Alright guys, see you in the next video. Goodbye.